This is my first recording on my HP Pavilion, my new HP Pavilion webcam, and I've just realised the webcam turns everything around the wrong way. But this is actually a song from a wonderful show that I was follow spot operator on called Ellegies for Angels, Popes and Raging Queens. The lyrics were written by a wonderful man called Bill Russell, and the melody, fantastic melody, was composed by a lovely lady called Janet Hood. And I was privileged enough to be a follow spot operator on the crew at the King's Head Theatre in Islington when they did the first UK premiere of this wonderful, wonderful show. It was based on the AIDS quilt that was in Central Park in America. Hundreds of people, families that had lost relatives through AIDS, made a patchwork about so big, and each one was done individually. And when we did the show, there was actually pieces of the original quilt put all around the walls of the theatre. It was a tiny little theatre, and someone's going to ask, how the hell did we get 33 actors in the tiny little dressing room? The dressing room was smaller than this flat, and what we did, we got them to change in the offices above the pub theatre, and they all had to come down a ladder one at a time at the back. We had our assistant stage managers making sure they all come at the right time, and only at the end were they all on stage. And this is a photograph of the original cast, and that is Bill Russell. That's the director. That's Janet Hood that wrote the melody. If you look there, that's Paula Grady, Lily Savage, and just behind Paul is the old mate Brendan Coyle, Mr. Bates in Downton Abbey. Brendan was a very good director as well as an actor. I was actually stage manager on some print shows that he did. Enough talk, his song. And it's the last song of the entire show. One little problem with doing the show, although it was amazing to do, every single show, all the crew went home in tears because we've seen it so many times, and it was a very, very emotional show. We even had a young boy and a young girl come on to explain that they'd contracted AIDS through having blood transfusion, and the atmosphere when the children came on was absolutely incredible. The whole theatre went completely quiet. People were shocked. The AIDS crisis back in the early 90s was just beginning to come to terms with what it was like. And this is the song. It's the last song of the whole show, and it's a bit of a leaving good spirit because a lot of the show was very sad. And it was performed by Doug and the Company, and it's called Learning to Let Go. It doesn't just apply to people with AIDS, it applies in real life as well. Here we go. My nephew's God is ready to start walking. He gropes my leg to reach a new plateau. Pretty soon he'll be exploring new directions. All it takes is learning to let go. My sister Jane has been so understanding. There's no need to explain, she seems to know. She holds God with such love and protection. But someday she'll be learning to let go. So thank you for being my foundation, for giving me a boost when I was low. Your courage, my inspiration. Yes, it's time I'm learning to let go. I'm thankful you could get to know my family. Wishing you were here to see Scott grow. He's holding on like there is no tomorrow, and all the thoughts are learning to let go. So thank you for being my foundation, for giving me a boost when I was low. Your courage is my inspiration. Guess it's time I'm ready to let go. So thank you for being my foundation, for giving me a boost when I was low. Your courage is my inspiration. Guess it's time I'm learning to let go. Guess it's time I'm learning to let go. Guess it's time I'm learning to let go. Thank you.